Very few athletes will go pro in their sport, but every single one of them will go pro in life. Let's talk about how we build that foundation. According to the NCAA, only 1.6% of Division I football players and 1.2% of Division I men's basketball players make it to the professional level. That means only one or two will go pro. And even then, the average pro career lasts 3 to 5 years. Now, for the young ladies, it's similar. In 2023, about 400,000 women student athletes graduated. The percentage that played any level of division is 3.9%. But of that 3.9% who play, only 1.2% will play Division I basketball. The odds are very, very slim that our student athletes will make it on to the next level. So parents, we must ask ourselves, what's the plan when the ball goes flat? The degree is the real win. Every student athlete has success to something far more powerful than the draft pick, a college degree. The degree is the foundation of a lifetime of opportunity. It's the difference between chasing a dream and building one. Well, parents, welcome back to Recruiting from the Bleachers, and I'm your host, Michael Strange, and today I'm sitting down solo to speak directly to parents, mentors, coaches, trainers who fill the stands and shape the future. This episode is a reminder, even in the midst of recruiting, which we are in the middle of right now in September, we're not just raising athletes, we're raising professionals. And the truth is, very few athletes will go pro in their sport, but every single one of them will go pro in life. Let's talk about how we build that foundation. And I just want to talk about 5 things really quickly. The odds are real, and they're very, very slim. And according to the NCAA, only 1.6% of Division I football players and 1.2% of Division I men's basketball players make it to the professional level. That means for every 100 athletes, only 1 or 2 will go pro. And even then, the average pro career lasts 3 to 5 years. That's out of 500,000 students. Now, for the young ladies, it's similar. In 2023, about 400,000 women student athletes graduated. The percentage that played any level of division is 3.9%. But of that 3.9%, only 1.2% will play Division I basketball. And those odds get slimmer as they go from college basketball into the pros. Every year, there's only about 30 slots for women's basketball in the WNBA, and only 0.9% of Division I athletes get drafted to the WNBA. So the odds are very, very slim that our student athletes will make it on to the next level. But parents, the odds of our children getting there are very slim. So parents, we must ask ourselves, what's the plan when the ball goes flat? The degree is the real win. Every student athlete has success to something far more powerful than the draft pick, a college degree. Now, the degree is the foundation of a lifetime of opportunity. It's the difference between chasing a dream and building one. The NCAA reports that the likelihood of earning a degree far exceeds the chances of going pro. So whether your child becomes a teacher, an engineer, an entrepreneur, community leader, that diploma is the launch pad. Athletic scholarships are a blessing. They reduce financial burdens and open doors to higher education, but the scholarship is not the destination. It is simply the vehicle. We must remind our children the goal is not just to get recruited, but to graduate, to walk across that stage with a degree in hand and a plan in your heart. Number 4, I want to say this. We must build identity beyond the jersey. Too many young athletes tie their entire identity to their sport. What happens when there's an injury? What happens when there's changes to the roster or a coach leaves or the game simply ends for that student athlete? Recently, I ran into a student athlete who I watched on the AAU trail competing along in the same tournaments as my daughter. I ran into her in the health industry, and she admitted to me that after she stopped playing basketball, she was a little lost. She hadn't developed much interest outside of her particular sport, which was basketball. So she was really happy that she was able to go to college and get her degree. And now she's pursuing her major right now. So very happy for her. But I can only imagine it's happening across the country that if your child doesn't go to their particular profession or professional league or play overseas, then what do they do? And we must help our children discover who they are beyond the jersey, their gifts, their passions, their calling, because when sports fades, purpose must still remain. So when they're in that locker room, we've got to remember that they need to be training to go to the boardroom as well, because the principles in sports, I can tell you, transfer very well to corporate America. And I've been in corporate America for over 30 years now. I've had a blessed long career. So let me break that down just really quickly. Discipline and time management. Student athletes juggle practice, games, travel, and academics. That ability to manage time and stay focused and meet deadlines translates directly to professional environments, especially in fast-paced industries like finance, healthcare, and tech. You've got to have that ability. The other thing I'll say that it adds is teamwork and communication. Athletes learn early on to collaborate, listen, and lead. Whether you're in a huddle or a boardroom, success depends on your ability to work with others toward a common goal. The other thing I want to mention which is really important, is resilience and adaptability. Every athlete faces setbacks, losses, injuries, bench time. Learning to bounce back builds emotional intelligence and grit, which are essential in business, especially when navigating failure, changes, challenges, competition. It's a huge benefit. The next one I want to mention really quickly is goal setting and accountability. Sports teaches you to set goals, track progress, and own your performance, whether good or bad. These habits are fundamental. Entrepreneurs, managers, and leaders across every industry benefit from having these traits. So when we say let's build professionals, we're not starting from scratch. Sports already has laid the groundwork, and our job is to help our children realize and recognize these skills, refine them, and apply them beyond the game. So here's the truth, parents. The game is beautiful, but it's not forever. The degree is forever. The character lasts forever. The development skills, they will last and carry them throughout life. In the coming weeks, we'll be joined by former athletes and their parents, folks who've walked this journey and understand the power of a degree. So parents, let's build professionals. Let's build leaders. Thanks for listening this week to Recruiting from the Bleachers. I'm Michael Strange, your host, and I'll see you next time. I'm super excited about who we have coming in the next few weeks. That wraps up another episode of Recruiting from the Bleachers. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and I appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to join us next week for another insightful conversation. Stay connected with us on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube at Recruiting from the Bleachers. Like, share, and follow to keep up with the latest updates. And don't hesitate to leave your comments and questions. We'd love to hear from you. For a deeper dive into the basketball recruiting process, check out our book, Basketball Recruiting, A Parent's Perspective, available now on Amazon.com. Parents, remember, from the bleachers to the big leagues, the boardroom, let's keep cheering and steering our student athletes towards success. We'll see you next time.